Everybody, and welcome to ESO Daily. I am your host, Mr. Craven. Alright, so I did my thing, got back, and I still got the other daily to do. But, you know, I feel like on Troll Day I missed some of my trolls. They might not have been able to log on. I got my chat window up, and I want to give love to trolls today. It's Troll Day. So I'm going to do the Elden Hollow too. I still got to do, and I'm hoping I get some trolls up. We'll see. We're hoping. We're begging for it, you know. Not really begging. I don't care. I just want to see it. You know, this is kind of like one of those things that, you know, I was going to do whatever on that. I do need a whatever, but Elden Hollow 2, so I got to do this. Where my trolls at? Yeah, dog. Where my trolls at? Where my trolls at? I want my trolls. You know, if there was a little icon that I could post every time a troll gets on, you know, those little emojis. If I had a troll emoji, every time a troll would say something, I'd be able to like link it. Unfortunately, there's not a troll emoji. I wish there was. If there is, if you guys know a troll emoji to put in chat when trolls pop in, please feel free. It's the way to show the love to trolls. Everybody get troll emojis. Find troll emojis. Where are troll emojis? That's all I want, man. I want my troll emojis. So, I don't know, man. Let's hope I get my queue, though. Working this CP. I'm still like a little less than 200, you know, from having my shit. Got my latte. Enjoying today. I've been running around a lot today, actually. I have to watch my granddaughter this afternoon, so... Poor thing has a mild case of the measles. Ooh, it's kind of weird. The vaccination thing and all that, so it's not too bad, but you know, yeah, gotta kind of limit exposure as much as possible. She's 1, so my granddaughter is. My daughter moved out a few months ago, so she's kind of on her own, doing the whole adult thing now. You know, I'm really proud of her. I'm proud of my daughter. I'm hoping she decides to do something like a trade or further her education, but she handles things really well with my granddaughter, and I'm really proud of her. You know, she puts in work, and she's got, you know, she's snippy, though. She's a firecracker. My daughters are. All my daughters are. None of my daughters are really girls who are going to not speak their minds. They weren't raised like that. You know, we're very, very verbal in this house. You know, not abusive, but, you know, we don't, you know, hold in anything. And I don't think that's a good thing in life to do. And my CPU is just fluctuating so high. If I crash, man, I don't know what's up, but let's hope I don't crash. Still waiting for this queue. Let's hope I get it. Let me try to shut down this other program, see if that'll, yeah, take some burden off my CPU. Now, while I'm at it, let me go ahead and I'm going to go into my settings. Going to go to my add-ons. Let's go here. Allow the add-ons. We'll reload the UI so I can get my FTC back up. I don't know if I have to do my key binding. Hope not. Let's hope. Let's hope, let's hope, let's hope. Gotta love that screen. Oh, love it. Love it. There it is. Yep. Yep. There we go. My metrics. And then I have the FTC beside it. I like to keep them both. They're pretty comparable. But I like the other metrics because it breaks down uptimes a lot better. This is what most of us are using. Excuse me. If anybody's wanting to know what it is, let me go here. Let's go back in this add-ons. So it's the combat metrics. Really good. It's a good add-on. Pretty good add-on. It will bug. X was on earlier. We were bullshitting. And that's my dude. Like, seriously. That's my dude. X is my dude. All the way, man. Got nothing but mad respect for that man. Mad respect. You know, out of all the tubers, man, when I was like having to watch some of this crazy shit when I first got into this game, man, just so much. 21 years of just like basic fundamental MMO fundamentals out the window. And it's not out the window. It's like it's still there. They're not paying attention to it. And this, I come across this man, and he gave me hope, because literally, like, I was like, everybody's fucking ignoring this. It's just crazy. It's just ridiculous. It's insane. And here this man is in Banished Cells 2 by himself, cutting corners, respecking, going over diminishing returns, using the bosses as little parses and for damage meters because he's on PS4 to get his champion system ironed out. And I was like, damn, look at this dude. Look at this dude. He's so awesome. Yeah, definitely my man. Definitely my man. Now, my kids are sleeping in today. Actually, we were supposed to go take a look at my brother's new dog today. My brother got a new dog. My girls wanted to see it. My girls were like, oh, it's so cute. And I'm like, oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. They had the thing in, it's a French bulldog, right? And they got the little doggy dress for her and everything. And my girls were just like, oh, like, they're girls. And I'm like, oh, my God, what the hell? What is that? Is that a dress on a dog? Come on, man. Put me in, coach. Put me in. I'm ready. You know, a couple people have been asking about healers. I run a lot of healers and tanks. I'm getting ready to convert 2 characters in the near future on this platform into DPS. So I'm looking forward to it a lot. I have DPS on my PS4. I have everything on PS4, but everything kind of has been converted over to PvP there for a minute for Battlegrounds. Jump instant failed. I know why. They lost their healer. We got a double queuer. Oh my God. Why? Why did they do it? I was about to say, something smells fucking fishy as fuck. When something like this goes down, you know somebody's not dedicated. I want to kick him. I'll be honest with you. I ain't even going to fucking lie. Every time I see double queuers, I want to kick these dudes. Boot them out of the group and drop kick them out. Bye. See you. I can't travel, man. Don't do it, guys. Don't double queue. It says something about you as a player double queuing, because you're not proficient. You know, you're not proficient at both. That if your CP system, you can't tell. There's no way to switch. You can switch out gear, but you can't switch out your build. Right? You could have the skill point, you could have the abilities, but your CP point's a reflection of your capabilities. God, man. This sucks. I'm gonna have to come back in here because of stupid shit. Such a dumb ass shit. I want to kick you. Where are you? There you are. Let me boot your fucking ass. Fucking dumbasses. Look at these Twilights. He's a Sork healer. Just because you're a Sork, don't double Q. It's really bad. That makes Sork healers look dumb. Sorks are actually really good healers. Why can't we 14k? Oh shit, that's another thing I gotta do. Thank you. 14k life, right? He's got, and he's double queued. Anybody see a problem with this, or is it just me? You are the weakest link. .457 CP health was higher than mine. And why is that? The scaling. Sometimes, depending on their food and how everything's set up, it could scale higher. It scales higher at a lower level. Then it gets readjusted because your food buffs aren't elevated or taken in consideration at the lower levels. That's what One Tamriel actually did. They had scaling prior to One Tam Mustang, but at your lower levels you scale higher, and for each level the scaling goes backwards. It's just so lower levels can play at higher with the higher level players. So basically world encounters aren't killing them. They can go into dungeons that normally the higher levels are dealing more DPS, so it puts them on par with it. No, I know you don't. That's it. You have no food. That's why. Even if you do food, it'll stack. So get food, and they'll stack on top of that. Actually, so. You know, the funny thing is, like, it's troll day, and, like, the trolls are under the bridge. I think everybody was right. The trolls are definitely bridged today. What the fuck is going on? I bet you we're aggroed. Nope. Something's amiss. Oh, my. Okay. Yeah, the trolls aren't present. I hope some show up. No, I think if anybody ever starts questioning it, I'm just going to start posting links to, like, I've done it before where I posted other links to other MMOs. And, like, and they're like, this is Elder Scrolls. I'm like, it doesn't matter. It's the same math. It's using the same kind of programming, so you can't avoid it. What do you think they're going to do? Change math? I mean, what, 2 plus 2 is going to equal, like, -3 or some shit? I don't know, man. Man, shit sounds crazy as hell. You can't get around it, boys. This is an MMO. Shit don't change. And these guys who claim they're experts were the ones ignoring it. They're not experts. Trust you and me. They got maybe one, this, and maybe another game under their belt. In other linear progressive games, you don't see the diminishing return up front. That's the issue. But you have to be aware of it because of at the time it was GCD based, right? Oh, okay, straight. That's what we got to do. So GCDs affected diminishing returns in a lot of turn-based games. So depending on your rotation is where you saw the diminishing effects. Especially on crit, it would affect your critical damage. And diminishing returns always affects critical damage. Always. Great, blew at the same time I did. Going back towards the light. Of course, these guys want to make my job harder. Why not? Get out. Let's see. Running Spriggans on my Stam DK. If I switch out Thunderflame, my DPS would be around the same due to me having switched my CP. Correct? Okay. Thunderflame will increase your damage, weapon damage, right? Your attacks. Depending on your rotation and how you structure your CP, along with the other secondary set, yes. Ideally, you can get around the same amount of damage output. It's all a question on rotation, right? And secondary set and what you're trying to do. If, like, say for example, if I use Thunderflame two-hander, right? I proc up and I weave. I'd have a higher weave, and like say if I stack, I layer my AoE effects. So I'm going two-hander and I'm going dual. I use Deadly Cloak as a stacking effect along with Caltrops on the back end, and then I proc up my buffs and my builder depending on which ability. And then I use the two-hander for mob control. I'm going to have a higher DPS output on AoEs. What's Thunderflame? Due to the passives and the rotation. But then of course, then there's an offset where I'd suffer on abilities. You see how that goes there, Mustang? So ability effects are going to drop. Weapon damage, weapon weaving is going to spike. So you got to take that into consideration. That's once again, that's a playstyle issue, and how effective you are at it. Thunderflame's a damn good set though after the updates to the weaving, and depending on how you're throwing rotation. And for the DK on the Stam DK, it is a very, very nice. It's so pretty on Stam DK. Me and X was talking about that at one time. The Thunderflame set for DK, it's badass. The problem with the Stam DK, which I don't like, they need more poison-based abilities due to their combustion passive. I just feel like, you know, Choking Talons should not deal magical damage, shouldn't deal physical, it should deal poison. It should apply that. Oh, no, you're cool, man. That's why I got this. That's why I did this, man. I put this up here so you guys could ask me questions, and so you can talk to me while I'm doing these dailies. That's why I did it. You know. You know, everybody likes to pick my brain one way or the other most of the time. But, you know, I don't mind it. Actually, secondary effect, you know what would be killer with that? that set up for a secondary. I'm thinking something. Briarheart would be good. You'd have a limited window for proc, but it would, once it proc, it would apply even on top of your bar. So say you go two-handed, Briarheart back, right? That would be pretty badass setup, actually. You'd have a 5-second downtime, but seriously, did they read the scroll? This guy's, oh, there's his food. He got it up. I think it could be, because what you do is you put Briarheart as a secondary, so Sunderflame would stay primary at all times, because you can weave up on both ends, right? And then what you end up doing, you proc the Briarheart on your dual bar. So you'd be two-handed dual wield. When it procs, you would have the proc effect stack with the Sunderflame. So your weapon damage procs would go up. You could run your monster set, whatever monster set you're wanting. And then on top of it, the only downside is you'd have a 5-second downtime for Briarheart. But the pro is the weapon damage spike, along with the Sunderflame, would be pretty damn good. And you could still run like Vipers, not Vipers, Veladrath. I would go with Veladrath for the AoE factor, because you'd be up close. I mean, you have the 1-second delay timer, but Veladrath in that situation would be perfect. All the way. Every day, all day. And increased weapon damage, yeah. Or you could actually go with Krogs. Actually, I would suggest Krogs. But make sure you're getting enough critical. I mean, not critical, pen. That's going to be the thing. So I'd recommend Krogs, actually, because you're not going to have a penetrating value set. So go with the Krogs, go Briarheart, and go with Sunderflame. And then check your critical values and use Precise, because I think Briarheart has a crit on it. So go Precise weapon trait, and then go with the Lover, Mundus. Make up for the rest of your penetration. Might actually put that build together. It's not a bad idea. Briarheart you won't need to farm too much, yeah, but Sunderflame you will. You can actually probably buy a lot of your Briarheart pieces. Do the dailies over there in Rothgar. It's a good way to get them, chest, and you can buy a lot. Let's see how much I got done on that. Maybe I don't need to redo this. No, I do. I need Dark Root. So, and how much inventory space do I have? Yeah, I can drop this group and re-queue it again. But no, man, yeah, yeah, I would drop the bow. If you're going to, see, here's the big deal. Like, bow is okay for Sunderflame. I'm not saying it isn't. It has a faster heavy attack, slightly, not much, than two-hander. Two-hander heavy attack is a little harder to pull off, but the dual wield heavy attack is easy. So if you proc up Sunderflame on a heavy attack with dual wield, you'll get more out of it with the dual wield, right? Because it's faster. Boom, 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 boom. All of a sudden, though, you get the AoE spike proccing Sunderflame on two-hander. So when you do a light attack with a two-hander, it's an AoE effect. It will go ahead and you add that like with your doubling effects like Caltrops and Deadly Cloak. Now you have a very, very, you don't even need you won't even need Tornado. You won't even need a Steel Tornado. You'll just use your two-hander as your AoE effect. So you lay down Deadly Cloak, it's a derated effect. Lay down Caltrops, derated effect. You got two stacked effects on top of your light attack weave. You proc up the Sunderflame. Once the Sunderflame procs up, do the light attacks with the two-handed sword, telling you heavy AoE damage. And even on single target, on boss fights, rotation, you have a more sustainability, and you throw down your dot rotation on your DK. So use your DK abilities. Your buff bar would be your two-hand. Your dual wield. So you use pretty much everything on the dual wield is just for proc. Briarheart will any ability is going to proc on Briarheart. So that's why you want the Deadly Cloak on the dual wield, and you want the Caltrops on dual wield. That's going to proc Briarheart. So even when you swap out to your main, the proc's going to apply, even if you're on two-hander. The only thing you're going to have a problem with, Mustang, is mechanics. Bow's a lot easier on mechanics. So I'd still suggest you to get a bow of Sunderflame along with the two-hander, because in certain scenarios, you're going to want to exchange that two-hander for a bow and switch out your two-hander abilities for your bow abilities to get around that. So I would suggest you to do that. But get the Krogs, get the Lover, make sure your crit is up. As long as your crits values are there, you're good to go, man. Like, you're golden. Like, seriously. You know, that's the best part about it. Like, and that's what I'm always telling these players, man. I'm like, really, guys, you don't really understand, like, all the potential you have to do with all these different builds, and you're going to push out almost between 1% to 3% difference. It's a different setup for sure. I mean, that's a different build altogether. Getting more familiar with a build like that, you know, it's going to take a little time. No. All right. So we got a queue. I got the one chick, but I'll probably stick around. I don't like to bail on people, even if I get like I only need one boss. So I need Darkroot, but I'll probably end up staying throughout the whole dungeon anyways. Uh-oh. Oh, it's good. Now keep in mind though, Dark, you're gonna have that 5-second downtime on your window. Also, consequently, since you're a DK, there's a set that increases your poison abilities. I forget, it's off the top of my head. If you want to go with that with the proc set, you could. But given the fact that you're giving up a weapon damage set, that's why I'm recommending the Briarheart. 5-second downtime, but heavy end attack rotation. If you get the heavy end attack rotation down on your dual and your two-hander, and you know how to do the light end attacks for your AoE effect, man, it's badass, dude. Krogs is definitely going to proc up nice. You're going to have the, you know, distance covered. I'd still recommend Velodreth if you're going to go with the bow on certain abilities. The reason being, Velodreth has a little bit more range capability than Krogs, but not by much. So. And make sure you get one. You need one weapon of Briarheart. So you need 4 pieces. Like, say you do the jewelry of the Briarheart, right? Say you go jewelry and you go Sunderflame all gear, or you can whatever. But if you go with Briarheart jewelry, you're going to need one weapon. I would suggest maces, to be honest with you. So because you want that penetrating value at that point. So don't go swords, go Krogs, go maces, and go lover. If that's an piercing trait. Piercing maces is what you want, ideally. And I would make the weapon Briarheart. Go Briarheart 2 and 1 Briarheart mace. If you can't find Sunderflame mace, at least you can go with 1 sword or 1 dagger. The dagger wouldn't be bad. You know, it's going to give you a little bit more critical anyways on that back end. And that's kind of what you want. You want to get that critical up to about at least, you know, about 55, 60 minimal. You know, that's kind of where you want it. That's ideal. That's window. What I say. That's what I call window crit. Swamp Raider's bad. I love Swamp Raider. Swamp Raider on DK, Stamp DK, badass set, man. But here's the problem with Swamp Raider. Swamp Raider's only going to apply to your poison effects, right? And when you're weaving, you're not going to get that bump to your other abilities like, you know, Caltrops and Deadly Cloak. It's because those are physical based abilities. You see what I'm saying? So when you go with a set like Sunderflame, you want to capitalize on those abilities. You want to proc up more damage output. Swamp Raiders won't do that because they're not poison or disease based. Now it will increase your class based abilities, but class based abilities on a build like that would be considered a secondary effect. Because you're primarily worried about more like weapon damage on your weave. Right, exactly. And it works great on certain builds. Like if you're going to go with Swamp Raider Night Mothers, it's a great setup, right? If you're going to stack up all, like if you're going to use more poison build or disease build. But if you're going more physical, Swamp Raiders ain't going to do you any lick of good. And these bosses have been laggy.
The altar that keeps it open must just be beyond. You stay here.
Yeah, no. Yeah, don't do Spriggans and Night Mothers. Your penetrating value exceeds. Yeah, Huntings is the better solution. Once you hit a percentage and you go in a dungeon and you exceed the penetrating value, your damage output goes down. You can scale it back on the CP somewhat, but, you know, you have to pay attention to that number really carefully. I think she's gonna see if the other boss is back here, but there's not. That's 1, not 2. It's 1, not 2. There's no other boss back there. Yeah, there's no other boss. Elden Hollow 1. Tank's no dummy. Tank's like, yeah, I'll take that ball. Why does somebody oh, it's got to be the tank. Tank's got to be a warden. Yep, it is. Go. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Lost, 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 lost. Getting hot. Yep. Why does that dude have the portal down? I'm not asking. I can see the tank, but DPS? Why uses the gate? I don't know, man. coming out. Oh.
Help me.
Two bosses to go. Now, if you guys ever notice on my thing, you'll see my healing's between 20 something, almost 30k per second. What I'm healing for. Also, my damage is lower, even using damaging abilities, because I'm not built to DPS. All the specs is optimal for my healing build. So yes, the Nightblade does deal damage to heal, but not anywhere near what Magicka Nightblade DPS looks like. So I get 20 something, 30k heals per second. You know, that's normal for this build. And the damage output I can scale depending on encounters. I can get, you know, 5, 6k per single target, and then shit like this I can really boost it up if I want. But I always stick to the roll. Okay. Yeah, no trolls, man. Don't know what's up with that. I've been told they show up here, or is that just me? I don't know, man. I've been told. Here comes the tank. Here comes the tank. Yep. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. There it is. Training. Mark shield.
This one's brother. Makara will destroy Canon Big Orphan's final altar, which sustains this realm.
Well, didn't get any trolls to stop by. So I'm kind of sad about that. But there it is, guys. You know, I just kind of do my thing, man. You know, I play whatever class I want to play. Plug in, play content I want to play. I don't really have too many problems doing what I want to do. You know, I think a lot of people, you know, I just try to give my years of experience and try to help players become a little better. You know, I don't want to tell players how to play their game. At the end of the day, I want to help them. If they use my builds or they use my builds as a reference guide, that's cool, man. You know, I just hope it benefits them. At the end of but you know, I want to try to give you guys as much information that's going to be beneficial without being misleading. Not to say that I can't make mistakes or we can't make mistakes, because that's part of being human. So I always tell people, don't ever take anybody's word as an absolute until you try it out for yourself and see if it's more beneficial for you that way, you know? At the end of the day, man, though, the thing that's always going to burn me is when people want to say, oh, it's not that way, when they don't know themselves. They'll take somebody else's word for it, but they don't, they just assume, you know. We're all guilty of that, but shit, man. Seriously, there are certain truths that cannot be denied. If we believed to keep ourselves ignorant, we'd still be thinking that the world is flat, you know? I mean, seriously, man. But even in the time that we thought the world was flat, if you look at art, everything was, and from a perspective, was circumference. The artist knew, you know, even back in those times, they had, you know, some sort of insight to know better. But, yep, there you guys have it. If you have any questions, comments, post below. I want to thank everybody for watching once again, and as always, have a nice day.